Hello, this is a quick exercise to present image masks. Today in your presentations of inspiration projects and artists, I noticed that many of your examples included masking images, or several of your examples included masking images, so I'll just quickly demonstrate how that can be done. So to save time and do it in a simple way, I am going to duplicate our exercise 8. So I'm going to go to my folder where I have our exercises, and the exercise 8, image pixels, I'm just simply going to duplicate that. And I'm not gonna rename it exhaustively. I'm just gonna say image 10. Instead of image pixels, I'm gonna call it ImageMask. Okay. Here we go. So then I will open it. This way I can reuse the image we already have there. I'll just do a quick renaming of my project, exercise 10, image mask. Okay. Rename everything. That's fine. For this exercise, instead of using my pixels, we will use another kind of pixel-based entity called an FBO, or frame buffer object. So instead of pixels, I'm going to use of FBO. I'll talk about FBOs soon. So FBO, my FBO. This is what we will create. Now we are going to go to OVAP CPP, and we're going to clean it up quite a bit. I'm going to delete everything except in draw. I'm going to delete everything except my photo draw. And in setup, I'm going to delete the get pixels command. So we just load the image and we draw the image. Just to recap what this image was, I will build. So it was the image of Helsinki in this case. So for this exercise, what I want to do is to mask the image and reveal parts of the image only when I hover with the mouse. So I will attach a circle to the mouse, and by moving the mouse, I will hide parts of the image and show a circle around the mouse. Okay. So if you want to do something like this, how would you do it? You would use FBOs. FBOs are in the GL module, so it's OpenGL, and what are FBOs? They are a container for textures. They're a bit like using textures, but textures is something you want to draw, and FBO is a frame buffer object, so it's something that you don't draw, that you just render off screen, that is useful to do some kind of filters or some kind of operation on an image, and then draw the image processed with the FBO, for example, which is what we want to do. And to use an FBO, you need to use the allocate command first and define the size of the FBO, which should be the same size of the image. And then if you're using a mask, you need the alpha channel, right, to create transparencies. So the code will be GL_RGBA for this. Then whatever you want to mask, you will draw the FBO. To draw the FBO, you use the command FBO begin. You clear the buffer, because there might be something in memory in the buffer, in an FBO buffer. And then you create your drawing with our drawing tools, and you end. And this will be, then you can attach this to the image, and that will mask it. So let's go. So in OVAP H, we already have what we need, which is an FBO. Okay. So now in setup, we're going to use allocate. And because if the mask was static, I would create the mask on setup, but because I want to animate the mask, I will animate the mask on update, okay? So let's do the allocation so that we kind of create a size for the FPO and that kind of type of pixels, indicate the kind of pixels we're going to use. Allocate, and we know the size of the, or we can ask the size of the image. We've done that before, so it's myPhoto.getWidth, comma, myPhoto.getHeight. This panel is on the way, and comma GL underscore RGBA, right? Here we go. Now on update, we use the code that we saw to begin, clear the buffer, and end. And it doesn't have to be white to clear it. And I suppose white or black should also work. So here we're going to say my FPO begin, and then of clear 0, 0, 0, 0, and then to create the visible part of the mask, we will have the white. So drawing in white, a white circle will create a mask, and here we have the black background. So we're gonna have a mask with the white. So the white will create a transparency in the image, right? So offset color 255, and we draw a circle. But the circle will be shown not as white, but it will be the mask, right? Of draw circle, and here I'm going to use the mouse X, mouse Y, and as a radius, for example, 100 pixels, okay? And now we can end the FPO, my FPO end. So we have an FPO. Basically, the FPO is just a circle around the mouse, and it's a white circle. But when we put it on top of the image, the FPO on top of the image, what will happen is that what is white will show the image. What is not white will not show anything. Okay. So how do we attach the FPO to the image? We need to use a texture as a helper for this. But we don't even need to create a texture object. If we conflate the texture and the image, we can do everything in one line of code, and it goes like this: of photo get texture dot set alpha mask. So we set an alpha mask for the texture, and what texture we're going to use is we're going to convert the FPO to a texture. So it's my FPO get texture. So it's a bit long line of code with 1, 2, 3 methods inside the other, but it will do the trick. And this is it. Let's play. And if I don't have errors in my code, it should work. Here we go. So we have a mask. We've masked this photo of Helsinki, of the Tuomiokirkko. And that's it. Thank you very much for your attention.